Okay, Brit. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for those who don't know who you are?
Okay, well, my name is Brit Sellers. I am 25 and I am a film director, producer, um, cameraman, everything. And we have some really exciting projects to discuss. This is my executive producer on all of our projects. She's also a co-writer and a co-owner on everything that we do.
Diana Firefly.
She's also my mother.
And you
Diana Firefly Sellers.
so you, like you said, you have two films that you're going to discuss, or that you have to discuss, and one had Tim Curry and Doug Bradley in it. So how was it like getting those two involved? In was it Dagon that you had those involved?
Yes, Dagon Troll World Chronicles. It's an animated horror film, and it's about gangster trolls and their wars that they have with each other. And Tim Curry, he plays our main villain, Necrofer the Deathbringer, and he did such a fabulous job. He made the character have personality, plus he made him sexy. He was originally supposed to just be your stereotypical evil guy who comes in there and kicks ass, but Tim Curry, he kicked it up several notches. He was amazing, and it was all her doing.
Yeah, I decided to hire Tim Curry because I love the movie Labyrinth. And so I contacted his agent. Legend. I'm sorry.
We love Labyrinth and Legend.
We love Labyrinth.
It's our comfort movies.
And I contacted his agent, Marcia Horowitz, and I talked with her for about a month. And we brought on Tim Curry, and he was wonderful. We didn't get to actually go with him to Salami Studios Hollywood, where we recorded him, because it was COVID. And I talked with Marcia, and I said, we want to send him flowers. So we sent him flowers. And he loved the character. He did it like an hour-long master reel. And he laughed, he talked, he joked. He got a little dirty, little down and dirty.
He was great.
He was fabulous. And he changed our character because we had a stereotypical, villain character. He's badass. But
he was
Tim
like
changed
Thanos.
it.
He was like Thanos to begin with, but then when Tim got a hold of him, he became
sexy, sexy baby.
He's like, who would he be like?
Oh God, he's like the trickster. He's kind of like the Joker. He's kind of like
he's like Joker mixed with Frankenfurter.
Oh, he's sexy,
it's just awesome
and clever, and he's got a sense of humor because in one part, we didn't even write this in the script. He said, "Ooh, yummy," and I said, "Oh, holy shit! Did you hear what Tim said?" I said, "Let's put that in the film."
And when he's talking, he says, "Oh, yummy," after he's just murdered like a whole slew of people, and you're like,
"Yeah,
oh, this is just."
We don't want to spoil it.
I know. I'm like Tom Holland. She has to stop me because I get going.
And so, was that kind of like an outer body experience for you two to be involved with Tim Curry on this project?
Oh
or do you
God.
think the factor of COVID kind of helped possibly be like, okay, nobody's really working right now? Do you think he would be more accepting to this role if we
No,
offered
he's very picky. No, that had nothing really to do with it. He's very picky.
Several filmmakers, when they heard we were going after Tim Curry, they said, "Oh man, he'll say no. He said no to mine." And
yeah, I had a guy say that he knew 7 people that asked him to get involved and he would not. And then he said, "I want to get him in my film. Can you help me?" I said, "I can't help you. It's up to him. He has to see the script." We spoke to him for like a month.
We spoke with him for like 2 weeks, and we really didn't think he would do it because he is so picky.
He's picky.
But once he had actually read the scripts and he saw that the character was pretty awesome, he said yes, and we started screaming and we were jumping around the house.
We were so excited. And I'll tell you what Marcia told me privately. She said, "Do you know what Tim is going to do for your film?" And I knew he was a god, right? Tim is a god, okay? He's worshipped as divine by everyone, millions and millions, including us. We worship the man.
Tim Curry is my spirit animal.
Yeah, and I really didn't understand the scope because, his biggest followers and everything I thought were probably of an age group, but I was wrong. I was wrong because people have noticed and found and fell in love with Tim Curry from
All
the
over
2000 era, and now he has a whole millions of viewers and fans,
and they're young.
and they're under 30.
Yeah, they're all very young, and all my friends are like, "Oh my God, I'm so hot for Tim Curry," you know. Me too.
I'm hot for Tim Curry, I admit it.
He's just, the man is awesome.
He is
Just
sex.
awesome.
He's a sex god. I mean,
If you're
he's
gonna
immortal.
Do it.
He's
And
immortal.
and Doug Bradley, he got so into it that he recorded his lines at his own studio at 2:00 in the morning because he had been talking back and forth.
I love Doug Bradley.
He had been talking with me back and forth privately, saying, "So, what is the character's motivation? What is he really feeling inside? What is his thing? What is he doing?" And
Doug is also very picky.
I passed out at like midnight, and he kept going. He sent us his lines in a huge giant wad at 2:00 in the morning, and my phone dinged.
I was asleep.
I was basically unconscious, and I leapt out of the bed, ran over there, and checked my phone because we've been talking back and forth.
We've been talking to him, so we run back and forth and check. You know,
We
check,
never sleep.
check.
But anyway,
No.
I got his voice, and I was listening to it on my phone, and so I crept over there where my mom was asleep, and I turned it up as loud as it would go, and Doug Bradley goes, "Rah!" Scariest noise ever, and it terrified her. She woke up out of a dead
I
sleep.
woke up screaming. I was screaming. What the hell is that sound? And it was Doug Bradley doing this terrifying, chilling growl. And he is my favorite demon.
He plays Goer Hida, which is a immortal creature that's not supposed to exist, but he does. And that's just Doug's way.
I landed Doug, and I landed Tim.
And he's so nice. Doug is so sweet, and so's Tim Curry.
And he signed my demon box. I sent him,
box.
yeah, my lament box. I
Oh,
sent
wow,
it
that's
to him,
awesome.
and I said, Doug, you're my favorite demon. Would you please sign my box? And he did, and he shipped it back to me. It was beautiful, and I have it now.
Yeah, it was really cool getting that. It's like a little special thing. It's fun. But we just love spending time talking to these people. Just the process of hiring them is so exciting.
It's one
just
of the
great.
best parts of being a filmmaker is meeting these fabulous people that you have only seen on the screen and that you've like thought that you knew.
And it's so much fun listening to them in like anime and stuff. Like if you're an anime nerd like I am, I was watching Attack on Titan and I heard Aaron's voice, which is Bryce Papenbrook.
We love Bryce.
And when I heard his gut-wrenching performance as Aaron on Attack on Titan, I was like, oh my God, I have to have him in the movie too. So we contacted Bryce Papenbrook, and he's just adorable as hell. He's great.
Oh, he's fabulous. He's easy to work with, very approachable. And he's been in like 45 anime films. Demon Slayer, for one, which is like the highest grossing
and my
film.
My two favorite anime of all time is Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. So he's in both of them, and now he's in my movie too, which is just great. Our movie, the movie. We co-own everything, and we're both narcissistic, so we just keep going.
So how was it like working on the animated film versus from the live action film?
Well, the animated film is so slow because you have to literally craft every second, every twitch,
and
every
the music,
every eye
sound
motion.
effects.
And that's not even going into the whole sound and music and casting the voices and directing and writing the script and everything else. Making this live action movie was so fast. I mean, it's going a million miles a minute, and it's so awesome. And there's some huge distribution companies contacting us.
Oh yeah, and a channel that we can't talk about, but a very big horror only channel.
Yeah, so we're really excited. And but yeah, it was so much fun because with the animated film you're kind of isolated away from all the talent because it's all through the computer,
right.
Basically. And when you're in the trenches with the zombies, I mean, it was like a giant party the whole time. Even sometimes our cast would start dancing and there'd be like a bunch of zombies and fighters and people covered in blood, people with their torsos exploded, and they're all dancing around doing that, you know, the right foot to stomp, left foot to stomp, chop, 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 whatever that song is called. But it was so great watching all of that. And we got some of that on our Facebook page because we caught it a little bit. We came in after after filming and saw it. So
the crew was so joyful. And when we do a film, even if it's an animated film, it's like a family. All our crew, all of our artists, all of our music people, we consider family. And we're just very approachable. We're LGBTQ friendly. We support minorities. We want to make a safe space in Hollywood and in filmmaking.
yeah, there's no contingencies or consequences, or you
No.
have to do this, or I'm not putting you in the movie now.
Or no, or
I
you're
mean-
not the right type. No, there is no type.
Yeah, as long as you can fulfill the character, we don't care your race, color, or creed.
As long as you're professional,
yeah,
as long as you bring to our film something quality, then we're fine with it.
and we have I mean, it's not all women, but it's an indigenously female-owned music group
Yeah,
who does the music
Olocks.
for Dagon, a lot of it, and it's Olocks, owned by Snow Raven.
they're beautiful. I mean, they do fabulous music. And we also have Dark Hoffman, who is our premium artist. He does posters. He also did our background art. He is a fabulous artist, Dark Hoffman. We also have Steve Lee. He's from Disney. He worked on Lion King and several other Disney films. He worked with Elton John on Lion King. He is our sound guy.
Yeah, he does all
Oh,
our
wow.
stuff. He's trying to conquer this enormous project that we
My
gave him,
audiobook.
and he's the only one that can because it's our first audiobook, so it's a mess.
It's a real bitch. It's a real bitch, but it's creepy and it's cool and it's like Coraline.
He's like, you misnumbered the chapters, and I'm like, I can't help it. I'm dealing with 4 different things at once. He's like, where
So
am
we
I?
have all these fabulous creative talents like Steve Lee and like Dark Hoffman and like Olocks and all our musicians. Luke Truen
Yes.
from the Discovery Channel is
And
doing our
Beautiful
music.
Dark from Australia. He's
Yeah,
amazing too.
they're doing our music for the zombie film.
Yeah, and the zombies are so exciting. I'm actually working on the sequel right now, and it's kicking ass. It's going to be even better than the first one. It's just like happening. The whole zombie film just happened.
We've even got a corpse bride. We brought over 2 really great stars from the UK. We brought Louise White and Charlotte Jenner. And she is the corpse bride. Louise White is with MGM. And I'm sorry, not MGM, Warner Brothers. And she does hosting and she does celebrity gala things.
It was so much
Oh,
fun
wow.
hanging with them after they got here, and then we went right into filming, and it was crazy, but it was fun.
Fabulous people. We have Isham Dejamel from Integrity Magazine. These people came all the way from the UK. Fabulous actresses, empowered women, hosts, celebrities. They came over and did our film and just did a fabulous job.
And we took Aishan down into the caves and filmed some zombie stuff, and it was exciting and it was fun, and I think they had a blast. I mean, everybody, it was a bit scary for even me. Like, I was filming from the perspective of like a zombie attack victim, and I caught myself actually getting scared. So I can just imagine what they felt like, because they're at, it's just crazy in there. And I really admire all of our zombies. They really kick ass as zombies. They're amazing. And the amount of chocolate syrup that they had to eat. They'll never eat chocolate
I
syrup
love chocolate.
We had like this grotesque, horrible mixture of like 6 different kinds of chocolate syrup of varying consistencies. And they're like, I'm gonna throw up. I can't go any farther. Let me stop. And I'm like, if you throw up, it's okay. I'll just film it. It'll look great.
So, is there anything you can tell us about the plot on the synopsis of a Blood Harvest yet?
Yes.
Or not Blood Harvest, Blood Brothers, right?
Yes, Blood Brothers Life Harvest is about 2 young brothers, and it's like in the middle of the zombie apocalypse. Like things are going to shit, and the zombies are everywhere, and they have been holding out fairly decently in their little farmhouse with their little sister Becca, and their parents are gone, as usually happens in these kinds of movies. And so basically, the younger brother Aaron goes out because he hears the dog barking. And it sounds strange, and he's like, what's happening with the dog? So he goes to check on the dog and gets attacked by a zombie. And Enoch is the older brother. He's kind of like stepped into the father figure role of the whole family. He's like trying to keep them all safe. and he hears his brother getting attacked, and he runs to save him. And when he gets the zombie off of his younger brother, Aaron runs because he's just a kid. He's 14 years old. He's played by Bobby Batson. Enoch's played by Alex Hahn. They both did an amazing job.
Bobby Batson actually is 14.
Yes, and I actually got him. I mean, he's amazing as an actor. He cries on demand. He's awesome.
He's
So,
awesome.
shout out Bobby, you're great. And our whole crew was amazing. But anyway, back to the plot. So Enoch gets attacked and bitten by the zombie trying to protect his brother. And throughout the entire film, it's just this constant struggle to, reconcile the fact with Aaron that Aaron did run, and Aaron's beating himself up over that, and Enoch is trying to be strong even though he knows he's doomed. So, he's been bitten, he's infected now. And the whole film is just this amazing dynamic between the two brothers, and Alex and Bobby actually got so close at the end of the film, at the end of filming the last
They were
day,
like brothers.
They turned to each other and hugged and said, "Dude, I want you to be my real brother." It was cute. So everybody just had a great time, and they're kind of like all our studio family now, like all of our actors always are. And it's got everything. It's got excitement. She wrote all the funny, exciting parts, and she invented one of
Dakota.
the main hero characters, Dakota, who's a freedom fighter.
Yeah. We write most everything 50-50. She directs, I co-direct, I produce. I'm the one that, goes to the star and says, "This is what we have. Would you like to be involved?" I'm also the marketing person that talks to magazines. And mostly I'm the one that sets up talks with like channels and TV and distribution, and I'll be handling most of that.
I hate all that stuff.
But
I'm in the trenches with
Right.
the camera covered in gore and blood. That's me.
but when I have a major meltdown, I'm like, Brit.
Yeah,
And she writes
we
most
share
of
the chaos.
Yeah, she wrote most of the zombies. All of the zombies. I just created a few
I
characters.
wrote the two brothers' main storyline, and I wrote the backbone of it. But the meat and the muscle and the good stuff, she threw in all the exciting spice.
She's being modest. I wrote most of Dagon. She wrote most of the zombies.
Yeah, Dagon's basically her baby, and the zombies are basically mine.
yours.
But we co-parent.
Yeah.
So when you create a character, what do you look for when you describe their backstory or whatever they're going through, what inspires them? What do you look for in a character?
Do you want to go first?
Authenticity. And most of that comes from real people we have met. And when we come up with a character, they always seem to have a fascinating backstory. And some of my Dagon characters, such as Maxine and Jacqueline, are based on real people.
Maxine's played by Josephine Pino, and Jacqueline played by Will Collins. They both did an amazing voice acting job, and highly recommend them.
So most of our characters have to have real emotion. They have to be authentic. And we want characters that are going to carry forward a feeling of relationship and family and emotion in the film. So if our three characters are good friends, we want them to translate that to the audience so that you are in no doubt that these three friends are willing to die for each other. They're willing to lie for each other. They're willing to sweat and bleed for each other, and they love each other in different ways. We have some love triangles, and it makes it very complicated, but yet simple.
With my character development, it's usually the main character is me, and everyone they interact with are also shades of me. And when I wrote the zombie film, we were going through a very hard time personally in our family through sickness. And while I was waiting, it wasn't me that was sick, it was my mother.
I went through breast cancer.
And she beat it. She kicked its ass.
I'm in
And she's in
remission.
remission, but at the time of writing the zombie film, I didn't know that. And all my fear and all of my conflict and all of my energy and my emotion would go into the zombie book, which is why when we ended up making it into a script, it had to be lightened quite a bit because there was nothing funny. There was nothing exciting or funny. It was all dark.
I mean, she sat with me through radiation.
Yeah, my gums bled after we got out of.
She wouldn't
the PET
leave when
scan.
they brought in the intravenous lead-lined nuclear additive that they put into my body. They
The
said everyone
doctors-
has to leave, and she wouldn't leave.
The doctors ran. They're like coming
Everyone
in there and
left.
inject her and ran.
Nurses left.
I basically held her the whole time that she was, letting this stuff course through her to locate anything
Cancer.
that was a target. And I'm Aaron. I'm Enoch. I am Pyro. I'm everything. And so is she. She's also the characters. It's just me and her basically in different shades.
She and I both are the heart and soul of Scoffers. We're the heart and soul of every film we do. We're two fearless women, and we're in an industry where only 5% of women are directors. God knows what small amount are producers or own a studio. I mean, we're a minority, definitely. And we're out here in this pipeline fighting to have our voices heard.
So, is there anything else you can tell us about the movie? I know you told me a little bit you're submitting it to a few film festivals, but is there anything else you can give us some details about?
Well, our whole film is going to be a sequel. I am trying to flesh that out. So this is not the end of the Blood Brothers Life Harvest or Dagon.
If you think this is terrifying, wait till you see this.
And I'm currently color grading everything, editing the whole film. It's going to be around 2 hours and 30 minutes long. And that was a hell of a lot to cut because we started out with about a 6-hour film. And I had to chop it all up into pieces and just get the bare bones down to 2 hours and 30 minutes. So the director's edition is going to kick serious ass.
We have some really weird locations that we forced the crew to go to. We went down in a cave that had lakes, very, very slippery, very wet.
Yes, we were terrified of falling into the pit
They had
of
like
no return,
bottomless clay mud chasms.
Yeah, we sent Isaac Morton. He's a 13-year-old little boy. We sent him down into the caves with Isham to hunt for zombie nests. And it was so funny because he would start to slip and we'd all grab him because he's a kid. He'd go off to where places that we're not he's not supposed to go, and we grab him, drag him back onto the main path. But
it was scary.
Great.
We were even filming at night, which down in this bottomless cave. It was terrifying, echoing, and I'm sure a lot of the zombies and the crew were terrified.
I know poor little Isaac was. But anyway, he plays Melvin, and it was just great. He was great to work with. All our cast are young. A lot of our cast are young, main ones. And we also had Tommy Kramer. He came down. He's not a young kid. He's a very awesome old gent, and he played Mr. Murdoch.
Nathan Kirby.
Yeah, we had Nathan Kirby. He is a MMA fighter, and he was Dakota. And Dakota,
huge guy, gigantic guy.
Dakota runs this band of freedom fighting ladies, and they all kick ass. And
these are tough ladies.
They're all just zombie freedom fighters,
beautiful, sexy, and tough.
And we had this one scene where it required a lot of emotion. And poor Nathan, I didn't know that he had this personal issue happen a few days before involving the death of a student of his. And he has to, in the film, comfort a young child as they're dying. And I didn't know this, and he mentioned it to me on set, and I'm like, oh crap. I said, so if you don't want to do it, that's okay. I completely understand. I know this is kind of a tough time for you, because he said yesterday, before we started filming, he said the day before he was actually a pallbearer. And at the kid's funeral, he said, no, the kid would really want me to do this. He was really excited for me. So yeah, he said, I'm going to do it. And in the film, we actually included the scene in the trailer because it was so raw and full of emotion. The scream that Nathan Kirby does, I think, was really authentic and channeling a lot of his emotion.
He was literally crying when he did it.
Yeah. He was amazing for
and that emotion was raw, and it was very powerful. And when you watch it, when we were at home watching the film, we cried.
A lot of emotion was in our film, and a lot of it translated into real life because Our main characters, Enoch and Jenny, the actors who play them, Alex Hahn and Ray Dickens, I believe, are a thing now. They're together.
Yeah, I think they fell in love.
So that was really cute. And so the passionate kissing you see in certain scenes,
Pretty
that's real.
passionate.
Pretty passionate. It's real spicy stuff. So this film's got everything for everybody, and we're really excited to show off and show what we've got. It'll probably be done next year. I don't know if it'll be out, depending on distribution. We have a backup plan of going to all of the wonderful film circuits, and that'll just be a blast. If
We'd love to do the Can.
if we don't find
and
a
Sundance.
distribution company that we actually want to
Tribeca.
go with. So we're really excited about everything. And yeah, just shout out to all our crew. You guys did great. And all the people that helped us. You're awesome.
Awesome.
And if people wanted to find you, where can they find you at?
They can find
IMDb.
Yeah, they can find us on Facebook. They can find us on YouTube. You just Google our projects, we pop up. If you want to see the trailers for Dagon Troll World Chronicles or Blood Brothers Live Harvest, you just go on YouTube. Dagon has a website up if you want to see some of our interviews.
Go to Brit Sellers or Diana Firefly
on Facebook, and you'll see links to those. You can go onto the Facebook pages. We'd love support. You can share our content. You can subscribe, hit like, follow. Just we love all our fans.
We're coming out with a line of Scoffer caps, so pretty soon you can be a part of the Scoffer family.
And we're our Scoffer stuff.
We do a cap club where all our actors wear the caps, and we get photos of them, and we put them together.
And if you want one a bit early, go on ahead and message me.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you two so much.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.